When it comes to free screen recorders for PC, I always prefer Bandicam. I know there are other options like Active Presenter. We have options like OBS Studio and maybe VSDC free screen recorder. But my choice has always been Bandicam because I've used it for a long time and I also love the experience. So some of the things that I love about Bandicam is maybe things like the storage, which you always have 8 GB if you're using the free version. You have 8 GB of storage memory to record your videos or screens of your games. The second thing that I love about Bandicam, it is the easy setup. There are lots of easy setup features that you can use. First, you can always select the kind of screen that you want to record in. If you have an extended screen, you can select the second screen. If you're only using one screen, you select the first one. You can record your games. You can select portions of your screen on the game that you want to display when you're making that recording. You can add audio to your video, the video that you are recording, and you can also add things like maybe a mouse pointer on it, maybe selection action, like if you want the selected area to be highlighted, you can add such features. You can add a chroma key on the screen and have your picture or your video of you, whether you're talking or playing game, appearing on any position of your screen that you select. Now, on the downside of Bandicam, maybe there are things like the time limit, which is always 10 minutes. You can only record your video for 10 minutes. But if you are someone who records longer videos, you can always edit this. You can record 10 minutes in 3 portions, and then you can edit this video later using VSDC free video editor, whose tutorials are in the description section or above. And then you can trim out sections that you don't want, combine these videos to make that long video that you're looking for. And then the other thing that you may be wary of is the custom watermark, the watermark, the Bandicam watermark that always appears at the top of your video on this selected area, the screen that you have recorded. Now this watermark can be removed by just laying some text over it. Now, if you are an editor, you understand that. But if you maybe feel like that is too much of work to be done, then you can just upgrade to the pro version of Bandicam and enjoy the other full features, which include longer recording hours and no watermark appearing on your screen. So I use Bandicam because I feel it is easier to set up, easily downloadable, and then there are many good free features that you can use to record screens or maybe just record your gaming experience. So let's just look at how the layout, the home page, or maybe some of the basic settings that you have to make before you can use Bandicam. You're just going to open the application and do the settings, and then you can learn how you can easily use it to record your screen and share it with friends or any other when you launch the Bandicam application. So from this point you can see that we can set a lot of things from here. Now just look at, we have the home section where you will be shown maybe some of the videos that you've recorded or the images which will appear here. You have the option to play, edit, upload and delete. And then we have the general settings options where you can choose the output folder. Where do you want your video to be saved in? There are some other settings, things that you must mark or unmark, like you have Bandicam window always on top, set Bandicam minimize to tray, or run Bandicam on Windows startup. That is when you're just making a few setups to have your Bandicam application maybe automatically launched. Schedule recording, these are also this is also a feature. Then you also have autocomplete recording, so you can explore that when you are making your recording or using Bandicam. The next thing we have here is an FPS overlay. So you have that position where you can show any overlay that you want to have on your video. Set up the position, then maybe have these other few setups which are normally not that necessary if you're just recording a screen or a game. Next thing, video setup. You want to record, to activate the record or stop key, you want it to appear on your screen. Pause hotkey, and maybe show mouse cursor if you want to have this cursor appearing whenever you are recording your screen, or you just want it to maybe disappear. You want to add mouse click effects. These are normally sounds that appear when I click like this. There is a sound effect that will appear on that. And then I also have some other things like a webcam overlay, like we talked about, which you can also position. Like if you're recording and you want the camera to be capturing you as you talk, or as you explain something, you'll have that recording appear on your screen. We'll look at that setup. Then you also have image setup, which also has the capture setups, and then you also have the format. If you want a BMP, PNG, all image formats that you can use. Now let's go to the first portion here. Now this part here is where you select the area of your screen that you would like to record. The first thing is normally you just selecting a portion of your monitor. If I want to select a screen, then I just click on that and draw to select. If I just wanted to record this portion or drag it to this portion, then that's what I'll record in my screen. But if I want to record a whole screen, I'll just come here and say maybe before going to whole screen, we have rectangle on a screen. You can select the sizing. You select a recording area, which is same as the first portion. Then you can take 320 by 240. Now this depends sometimes on maybe the platform where you want to upload your video to, because different platforms have different size recommendations and restrictions. So if you want a smaller size, you take 320 out of 240. If you want a larger size, you'll take 1920 out of 1080. If you have a size that you want a size that exceeds this, you'll just customize it and set up the size that you want. Like now, if I want the HD or maybe the 4K formats, I'll take maybe I'll take 1080 on it. Let's take 1920, then go by 560. Then I'll just say okay. Then now it will select this size of my screen that I have set up. Now if I want a different selection, maybe I want to record my full screen, I'll take display 1. Or maybe if I have an extended screen, I'll select the second screen. If I want to record around the mouse, now this means that it will move around the pointer. Where your pointer goes is what's recorded. Now I'll select this same sizing that I need to record around my mouse. If you are a gamer, you also have the option to maybe set up a few things on gaming. Choose your preferred setup, then move to the next thing. Connection, HDMI. If you have connected maybe something on your screen, you have an output or input setup that you need to do. Select your device, do a few setups, record, save your settings, and continue. Now in this portion here is where you add the mouse effects. Do I want my mouse to be highlighted? Do I want to have the sounds? Do I want to have maybe a preview? Maybe it's just a few settings here and there where I determine or maybe dictate how I want the mouse pointer to appear on my recording, either when selecting or just when doing some sort of explanation. So if I want to say show mouse cursor, the mouse cursor will appear like this. If I deselect that, it will disappear. So it will appear on my selecting. If I want to add a mouse click effect, maybe select a color, it will appear. See what happens? That's what happens there. If I want to remove that, I want to add a highlight. See that now? It's much bigger. There is that yellow background appearing on that. Now the other thing, if I want to have a sound, if I say maybe left click produces a sound, that every time I click on the left button, a sound will be produced on the mouse. There are some other settings here. You can add a logo, a few settings. You can upload an image, you can add text overlay, you can type the text and then select add overlay, add your text there, and then add an overlay. Some other options here, recording priority. Yeah, you can do that. There are a few other very interesting settings here. Sound, if you want to record the audio as you record your video, well and good. Sometimes you may need to deactivate this if you don't have a clear camera, maybe use another device to capture your sound. Though it's normally hard when editing, but if you don't have a good microphone for your PC, then you might need to deactivate this or maybe just create a few settings on the sound levels so that you don't have too much noise. So you just select your microphone and set that up, and then you click on OK. We talked about webcam overlays or maybe chroma key, where you have a picture of you appearing on the screen. Like you can see right now what I'm recording here, my light is not very okay, but you see the image appearing in that position, which I can change. I can put it there, put it at the top, so anywhere, any position that I require it to be at. So I'll cancel that for now because I do not want to have webcam overlay. Now the recording option, this we've also talked about it on the other end. It's just an icon that represents it. Then you also have this webcam overlay, so you can do all the settings from this portion, or you can just click on the icon representing the specific thing and set it up. Some other things that you have to look at is the output folder. Maybe you have scheduled recordings and seek help. So that's just how you can use Bandicam to record your screen, a portion of your screen, the full screen, or maybe some other time an extended screen. So that's what you do with the Bandicam. If you like this, if you feel like you've learned something new, hit the like button, subscribe. See you in the next video.